Chevrolet Performance U.S. Nationals. Dateline 1990. Tom Hoover in the Showtime car in the far lane. Ed the Ace McColloch in the near lane. This the fifth of what would be 6 wins on Ed's resume. That earns him an interview with our ace, reporter Gary Silson.
I'm here with 6-time U.S. Nationals champion Ed the Ace McColloch. 5 wins in Funny Car, 1 in Top Fuel. Ed, how could you win this race so many times?
Well, it's a cakewalk, Zelzy. You've been here. You know how it goes. No, I've been very fortunate, very blessed. I mean, the first national event that I ever won was here at Indy, U.S. Nationals 1971. I thought I had made it to the top. It didn't ever get any better than that, but it was a great win to start out with.
So you felt you just win it 5 more times after that?
Well, yeah, for whatever reason, Indy was always good to me. You know, the downside is I did win it, like you said, 5 times Funny Car, once in Top Fuel, came back as a crew chief later in my life, and I never was able to achieve that as a crew chief, but I guess I won't. It's too late now.
You know, Ed, when you come to this race, there's so much meaning and so much history. It's the U.S. Nationals. This made guys, and guys that didn't win championships came here and won the race, and it was just like a championship. I know that you never won the championship, but you came close several times. Did you do anything different when you came to the U.S. Nationals?
Well, you know, the guys that I've worked with over the years, I mean, they always ask me, they say, why is this such a big race to you? Why is this, you come here, and I mean, you guys know what this is? This is Indy, you know? I don't know if the younger generation really has the feel or the knowledge of how important or how prestigious this race is, but you go back over the years, you talk to any of the guys that have won championships, that have not won this race, they said, I think if they've won multiple championships, they'd trade one of them for this race.
I'm sure of it. Now, you've got your son, Jason McColloch, who's crew chief on the Cutter Top Fuel Dragster. He's winning some races now. In fact, I think he's won every race that you've been at this year. So is that part of the reason you're here? And how proud are you of Jason to be a crew chief?
I'm extremely proud of Jason. I mean, he grew up in the sport, you know, obviously a kid. You know, him and Jimmy Brock, when Tom Brock was racing with us, I mean, those kids would go to a restaurant after a race, they'd be on the floor underneath the table asleep, but they've both grown into their own. Jimmy's a great guy. Jason's doing a great job. You know, I've only been to like 3 races since I retired. Went to Sonoma this year, and they won. Actually, I went to Pomona first, and they won. Went to Sonoma, they won. They said, well, you got to go with us to Seattle. You know, the truck's leaving in the morning. You know, and first off, I'm not going in the truck, but I'm not going to Seattle either. But no, I'm extremely proud. You know, it's really good, and I'm very proud of him.
Now, Ed, you've been one of my heroes. Of course, you were in Sanger, California. I'm from Fresno. The Whipple McCullough days, all that kind of stuff. But one thing I really admired you was a take-no-crap attitude. Now, there was a couple of things that happened along your career. Not that you're a mean guy, but you definitely took no crap. And there was a little incident with a Flash Gordon Minio. Do you remember that?
Yeah, well, yes, I do. And, you know, first off, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Gordon and Ann, you know, they died in a boat accident, and I did truly love them both, you know, and they were great. But the Minio deal, it was a misunderstanding. We were in Seattle, you know, we were out on the starting line of one of Donors events there, and everybody's out on the racetrack, and one of our tires was going flat. A liner was leaking or tire was leaking, whatever. And one of my guys asked Ann if they could borrow Gordon's air tank that we used to carry with us at the starting line. She said, sure. Well, apparently Minio didn't get the memo. And I walked by, and I mean, he sort of gets on me a little bit. He's jumping on me. Well, who do you guys think you are? I mean, you just come up and grab it. I didn't know what he was talking about, you know. And so, I mean, it got a little bit more heated, and then there was a little bit of a push. And I took a swing at him and missed. And he got that look in his face. If that's all you got, boy, I'm going to whip your tail, you know. Well, I didn't miss next time, but, you know, but...
Well, now, am I seeing a new, calmer, more relaxed Ed the Ace? I mean, I've been around you a lot when you were with Schumacher and I was with Schumacher, and you were not tense, but you were always a little more excitable. But now, you know, I've seen you at some parties, and I like the old Ace, and I love the new Ace. Are you a little more reserved now, Ace?
Well, people don't realize the stress and the pressure that these guys are all under when they're out here at the racetrack. And so, and for the most part, that's what everybody knows us at, is out here at the racetrack. And you know, the pressure to win, what the expectations are, what you're expected to do, you know, this is what you get paid to do. I had a team owner tell me in Caps in the winner's circle one day, you know, I mean, we were in Phoenix, just won the race, we're having a good time. The guy walks out and pokes me in the chest and says, this is what you get paid to do. I'll let you figure out who it was.
Well, Ace, I love the new Subdued Ace, and if you do have a magic potion for Indy, I'm sure there's a lot of money and a lot of guys going to pay for it. Thanks. Great talking to you.
Thank you, Ozzy.
Of course, when you think of Ed the Ace McColloch, most recently you think of Ron Capps and that relationship that they had.
Those two were really tight. I was there for, you know, I was there when Capps first joined Schumacher, and Ace was his guy, and they were very, very close, almost like father-son.